All right, joining me in the studio, Michael is back from Always Best Care. Now, we've got Michael Newman. He's the founder, chairman, and chief executive officer, president. You're all of the above of the company that you founded, Always Best Care. Quickly, what is Always Best Care?
Always Best Care provides in-home care, provides skilled nursing care, and provides assistance in finding assisted living communities or congregate care.
So basically, you have something to offer everybody that's watching or listening to us right now, because either one of their family members or themselves or a close friend or relative will need some kind of care at some point in their life.
Absolutely. We are a resource for those families that need care.
Now, one of the things that I've noticed is there's this prejudice or stereotype. Can you talk about that a little bit? I mean, as we get older, we slow down, our memory starts to slip a little bit. Maybe we need a walker, and people, I hate to say this, but they are kind of discriminated against.
You know, let me give you some examples of that. They estimate that just about the majority of people over the age of 60 have had discrimination against them in one form or another. It could be as small as you're at the doctor's office and the doctor reviews your medications just with your daughter and acts like you're not in the room. Or you're having dinner and the waiter comes up and, "Can I help you with that?" Suddenly, you know, it does that loud voice.
I need to do that anyway because I got one bad ear from all this radio stuff.
Or you're in line, you're at the checkout stand and you have the young person behind you, you know, because it's taking you a little too long to get through that transaction. So those are all some forms of either discrimination or stereotyping. You even see it on TV, right? You have the late night show making jokes, or for myself, I'll be 51 this year when I turn 50. I think every birthday card I received was some form of a joke about aging.
So you try to make it something that individuals can look at and feel proud that they're associating with an elderly person, perhaps a parent or an aunt or an uncle, that sort of thing, and help them get through these very, very difficult times. There's no question that as people age, they start to fall apart.
Exactly. And sometimes folks do it unintentionally. I'll give you an example. You know, 20 years ago when I started in this senior care business, and I had small care homes back then, and I had a gal that was living in one of the care homes, and she had suffered from a stroke, and a severe stroke. So she was cognitively there, but her speech was slurred. She was in a wheelchair. And every week, her and I would have this Chinese checkers duel we would play once a week. And one time she shared with me that one of the things that bothered her the most about her current condition, which was what was really interesting, is that people would use baby talk when talking to her. "Hi, honey, how are you doing?" And it made her feel stupid, which was her words. And when in reality, what people were trying to do, of course, is being nurturing as they do with a baby. So sometimes we do this unintentionally, and we don't even know that.
Yeah, very interesting. This company, Always Best Care, your tagline is dedicated to exceeding your expectations. I want you to sell me on what you do and what you might be able to do for one of my relatives.
Well, we first start off with matching the appropriate care provider up with your loved one. And so what we're going to do is we do an assessment on that care provider before they even join our team. We actually start off with videos that educate them about the type of person we want, which our business is about building relationships. It's about being there for that person. And then we're going to go ahead and match up 2 to 3 people with your loved one so that you can interview and see which one's going to work the best for you.
10,000 baby boomers retiring every day. And obviously, there could be as many as 20,000 parents of the baby boomers still alive. And then there are the Generation Xers whose mom and dads will at some point need some kind of care. We know that 70% of us will need some form of long-term care. I'm assuming you work with long-term care providers, reverse mortgage providers, etc., to help fund this care because it's obviously not free.
That's correct, and it's changing all the time. When you looked at care 10 years ago on the private duty side, it was primarily 100% disposable income, right? It was retirement, it was savings, maybe some long-term care insurance. And that pie is changing now as more government funding is available, insurance companies, reverse mortgage options, all those things. So our job is to understand what your options are and to help you find the appropriate individual to analyze those things.
So is the first step for somebody that's listening out there or watching to call your number, which is 855-470-CARE, 855-470-CARE, or go to your website, alwaysbestcare.com, and have someone come out and give them an assessment. And is there a charge for that?
There's no charge. We come out free of charge and talk to the folks and see what's going on, educate them about whatever their current condition is.
So how would that go? Now, because I mentioned about 1,000 times that my dad's going to be 90, we think. And he's still doing fairly well. And as you and I have talked in the past, certainly you say, well, get to the assessment early enough so that you don't, have to react to an uglier situation. So how would you do that? You would contact the kids in this case, and they would recruit their mom or dad or both to sit down around the kitchen table. How does it work?
Exactly. We want to have a family conference where we bring in everybody into the mix so that everyone has a voice in what's going on and understands the process and understands what it is your parents are looking for. We always want to remember that the goal is to get better, right? So your hope is that if you start care at some point in time, you're able to improve the condition of that senior and they're able to no longer need care. So you can always go back, and that's our goal. And so we want to be proactive. Maybe it's just a little bit of care in the home. Maybe it's some assistance with showering, some making meals, ensuring that people are doing what they need to do so they can continue forward.
How do I know that your people are qualified?
Well, all of our folks are employees to start off with. So we're bonded, we run background checks, we do complete profiles on that employee to ensure that before they even come on board through the training process. And then we have a complete orientation and training process of all of our employees, and ongoing training we do through our learning management system.
So these are not, subcontractors. You're not out there saying, we're going to try to find someone that'll work in Denver, Colorado. You have people on staff in how many cities across America?
Hundreds of cities, 34 states.
Yeah, so that's amazing. The company Always Best Care, home health care, or home care, I should say, in-home care, doesn't necessarily have to be health related. It could be activities of daily living related. Assisted living placement. So in other words, if we have someone that maybe is invalid or needs to enter into an assisted living facility, you do not only an assessment of their situation, but you evaluate the facilities nearby and make recommendations.
Correct. We call, make sure that they have openings, that it sounds like it's someone that they feel is the right mix for their profile, the demographics that they're caring for, and then take them out and actually help them tour those communities.
Alzheimer's and dementia care. You have individuals that specialize in this. It's a very, very difficult situation, especially for the loved ones, because mom or dad doesn't even recognize their kids eventually. It's very heartbreaking.
It's a very tough disease, absolutely. And we have different levels of care providers to deal with that.
And then finally, skilled nursing. You do it all. You can have someone that can do injections and so forth?
Yes, not at all of our locations, but at some of our locations we do skilled nursing.
All right, the company Always Best Care. And it is a fabulous company and something that most of us will need at some point, whether it be for ourselves or for our parents or loved ones. So you want to go to their website and check it out. They have all kinds of information online. alwaysbestcare.com, alwaysbestcare.com, or just simply call 855-470-CARE. That's 855-470-2273, because they care always about you and your family. alwaysbestcare.com. Michael, thank you so much for joining me. We need to do this every week because it's so, so important. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ray.